Hey guys, welcome to Mama Shmoo's Homeschool Reviews, where I share all things about homeschool. If you guys are new to my channel, I would love to have you guys subscribe. I'm a homeschool mom of two. I have a son in kindergarten and a daughter in second grade, and we've been collecting lots of poetry books throughout the years, and I thought it'd be fun to share them with you guys. These are books that we read every single day, so I like to have a variety of poems to read to my kids. We read about 1 to 3 poems a day, so I usually pick a favorite poetry book of ours and stick with that for one day, and then I'll go ahead and change it up every day to give us some variety, because I don't like to stick with one thing for a very long period of time. If you're like me, I like change, and I wanted to share with you guys some of them that we've been really enjoying lately and some of the ones that we've had for a while that we still like to read. I want to start off with Julie Andrews. This is one of our favorite newly purchased books. It's a collection of poems and songs and lullabies. It comes with a CD, and it's really nice because Julie Andrews and her daughter reads the poems and lullabies and songs, which is really, really beautiful. And if you like Julie Andrews like I do in The Sound of Music, she does have a few of her lyrics in here. Well, it's not her lyrics, it's the person that wrote the music, but we really enjoy singing some of them. Like some of the times when we do our morning basket times, we get a little carried away and we sing lots of songs when we are doing or after we eat our breakfast, so it's kind of funny. But I just wanted to give you guys a little glimpse of some of the poetry you'll see in this book. The illustrations are beautiful. Like, my favorite type of artwork is watercolor, and that's what you'll see in this book. We also really enjoy singing "Oh What a Beautiful Morning" by Oklahoma, the musical. And we really enjoy it, and it's really cute because I tell my son it's like a manly song because there's a man singing in Oklahoma, so he thinks it's really great to sing. And we also enjoy, I think it's in here, where is it? I think we have another favorite of ours here. It is My Favorite Things from The Sound of Music, if you are familiar with that. So we like to sing that one. We just think that this book is so neat. They have poems on growing up, and they have just lots of fun poems in here. They have silly ones, they have sentimental ones, they have ones about animals and seasons, and like I said, I just love the artwork. I'm just a sucker for this artwork. Like, look at that rainbow. How beautiful is that? I love watercolor. So this is probably one of our favorites, and then in the back you'll see the CD that you get with it. I think it's just an absolutely wonderful book. I think you could get this on thriftbooks.com. I'll leave that link down below, and Amazon. I will try to link this so that you guys could check it out. Also, we enjoy Poem of the Week, which is a scholastic book, and I got this from a teacher, as you can tell. And it's good for grades K through 2, but I think it's good for a preschooler, or it could be good up until 5th grade, in my opinion. It is all done, let me show you the table of contents. It's all done in between the months of September to June, so the school year. And they give you each week 1 through week 4, they give you different themes to go along with the seasons, and I enjoy it a lot. This is really, really great because if you talk about Christopher Columbus or Thanksgiving or Hanukkah or the springtime, they have activities here on the side and discussion points for the classroom, so you can do it with your kids, and it's a really good book to do for your morning basket times, especially if you want to do like a fun Friday activity. They have this one is like a craft for science with a cycle of a frog. And then they have this poem here. So it's good for like multiple ages to do all at the same time. It's a really good group activity, especially for elementary age. So we enjoy this a lot. I do not know if they have this on Amazon. I will try to find it for you guys if you're interested, but we enjoy this one. And Sing a Song of Popcorn is also a very good one that we recently got. The reason why I like it a lot, it was actually recommended to me by another fellow homeschool mama that I know, and I think she said that this came in the Sunlight curriculum as far as like a poetry book to read, so that definitely tells you that it's a good book, because whenever Sunlight or Bookshark recommends a book, these books tend to be very, very good. So they have fun with rhymes, mostly weather, spooky poems, story poems, mostly animals, mostly people. They have silly poems, and then they have seeing, feeling, and thinking poems. The reason why I like this is that every chapter or theme has a artist featured in this book. So this one has this person's artwork in here, and then she does a few poems, and then Marcia does like this chapter, which is like my favorite because it's watercolor. This is mostly like weather and seasonal poems. And then you can get like story poems, which are like totally different artwork, where it's talking about the gingerbread man and all of the fun little nursery rhymes. And then there's some animal poems in here, and you can see the artwork. All the artists have different like styles, so it's a really great way to teach your kids about artwork. It tells you little things about the artist in the back of the book, so you could always make this a little bit of an art appreciation mixed along with some poetry. This one is called The Child's Garden of Verses, and this book is really popular amongst the Charlotte Mason mamas that like Charlotte Mason, so I thought that this would be a fun book to introduce to my kids, because I thought that it's been very popular on Instagram and YouTube. I've seen it out, I've seen it talked about a lot, so we have slowly started reading it. And it takes me a while to get used to a poetry book, because usually, you know, you read your favorites all the time and you like them. So I just need to read this book a little bit more, and I think I'll probably enjoy it a lot. But they have lots of living poems for all of you guys that are into Charlotte Mason. We're very eclectic the way we do our things, but I really pull a lot from our Charlotte Mason, from the Charlotte Mason style. So I'm not truly a Charlotte Mason homeschooler. I just dabble little bits and pieces of Charlotte Mason into our homeschool because I really appreciate living books. This one is a fun one. It's a picture book. It is by Scholastic. Scholastic has just really great books. This one's called Cock-a-Doodle-Doo Barnyard Hula Baloo. And it's just a very fun book about animals on a farm. And it talks about each animal as the story goes along and what they do during the day. And my kids really enjoy it. We've actually read a lot about owls and bulls and all of these animals in this book, and we have like kind of researched about the animals and their behaviors and what they do. Like they were really interested in the bull. It was really interesting. So we Googled that and watched some YouTube videos on it. But this one was a really fun book that we've read over and over again. I also like to continue to read nursery rhymes because it's so important to still have fun. Even though your kids are a little bit older, my kindergartner is probably, you know, almost done with reading nursery rhymes, but why not, right? My second grader still likes to read some of these to him, so at the breakfast table, she'll read a few of these to my son, or my son will try to like read some because he's memorized some of them. So I really enjoy this one, the way they, it's by Pretty Books, and it's just so pretty. I enjoy the way it's like, looks like it's sewn and embroidered, and I like the little pictures that they give to add on to the sentences so that if they're not a reader, they can kind of look at the pictures and feel proud of themselves that they read a word. And then we like Llama Who Had No Pajama. It's one of our favorites as well. We've had this one since my daughter's in kindergarten, so we've had it for a long, long time. And these are just great little books talking about the weather, about pretend play. They have some tongue twisters in here and lots of animals and insects in this poetry book. This is like a yellow butter tongue twister that we like to read. It's very, very fun. And like I said, oh, and this one we like Llama Who Had No Pajama. Super fun. So my kids really like this, and look in the back, there's lots of insect poems. So if you guys are studying bugs, this would be a fun book to have along with your unit study. We like The Kid on the Block, and this is just like where the sidewalk ends. It's really funny, and we have lots of really fun times reading this one because they're super silly. They have a favorite one, which is this one. It kind of opens up on its own because we've read this a lot. My kids always request for me to read this, and they've almost memorized this on their own. It's called Bleezer's Ice Cream, and it talks about Bleezer's ice cream store and the flavors in his freezer, and they're just these wacky flavors. And then after we read this, they like to come up with their own ice cream flavors, or sometimes they'll leave out a word. My daughter will read it to me. She'll be like, coca, mocha, macaroni, tapioca, smoked, and then my son will say bologna. So it's really, they play with it and they have fun with the poems. But there's a lot of silly ones in here, and we really enjoy this one. And like I said, it's very similar to Where the Sidewalk Ends. Where the Sidewalk Ends is a classic. I mean, everybody likes Where the Sidewalk Ends. I remember reading it when I was a kid, so if you don't have this book, you might be able to find it at a thrift store. I think that's where I found mine, because this one's just a very good classic poetry book to have in your household. And then I have the National Geographic Book of Poetry, Nature Poetry, and they talk a lot about, you know, trees and mountains and fields and what's in the sky and what's in the sea, and they have these really beautiful pictures, not pictures, but photography pictures, that you can look at and enjoy and read little poems throughout. My kids love just flipping through this book and looking at it. It's really, really pretty. I like to have notebooks hanging around while we're reading our poetry, because sometimes they get inspired to write their own poem. And Lakeshore Draw and Write Journal is really nice. You can also get like a primary composition notebook. It's like the same thing. They have this little area here for them to draw a picture and then write a little sentence or a poem down below. So whenever we get inspired, my kids will write a little poem of their own and do a little illustration, and we did that recently and they had such a blast doing it. So I hope this gives you guys lots of resources. Like I said, I think my personal favorite would be the Julie Andrews, because it brings back lots of memories and musicals that I used to listen to when I was younger, and it includes a CD, so I think it's really, really, really good. But all of these poetry books I would suggest to you guys, if you are looking for any, just stick with getting one maybe that has lots of poems that you enjoy. You don't have to go out and buy a bunch of them all at the same time. Just go out and find some really fun ones at the thrift stores, or go on Amazon and try to find one that you really enjoy, like I said. I hope you guys enjoy reading your poems to your kiddos, and like I said, I try to do it every day, whether it be reading one poem in the morning or 3 poems. That is what we do, and my kids really enjoy it. And sometimes we'll make a special poetry tea time day where we'll have like a fun Friday, and we'll make like a pastry to go along with tea or milk or hot chocolate, and we sit down and we read a poem, or we'll read our read out loud book. So I would encourage you guys to do that. It's a really fun thing and your kids will love it a lot. Also, give me a thumbs up if these are videos that you enjoy. It really helps me understand if this is something that you want to see again, or if this video content is not what you like. Give me a thumbs down. I appreciate both thumbs up and thumbs down, so I can figure out if this is a video that you guys will enjoy in the future to see again. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.